Hey guys, Anik, Speaker Express, and we have Daniel Priestley here from Dent, who will be talking today at the club night on oversubscribed. But I just quickly wanted to drag him on this video. No, he's much stronger than I am, so I'm not going to drag you anywhere. But I'd love to ask him one question, because this is what I hear from you guys the most, is how do I get my first paid speaking gig? And we love him, right? Because he gets paid a lot. To elaborate.
Yeah, so it's a journey. So the very typical route to paid speaking gigs is, number one, just doing lots of speaking to get the confidence and the skills and to get a following and to get people who know who you are. So it's not abnormal for people to start turning up and speaking for their brand, for their show reel. And then the next one to get a paid speaking gig is that you sell something. So you have consulting, you have workshop, you have something that you're selling. And essentially, the organizer is not the one paying you, but if you do a good job, people say, oh, how do I keep in touch? And you get paid to speak simply because you've got something to sell. Eventually, you might ask for expenses. So you might say, I'll speak for free, but there's expenses. Another great thing to do to move in the right direction is to, if you've got a book, if you're an author, you can say...
One of those, he doesn't only have one, he has 4.
Yeah, I have 4 books, right? That helps. But if you do have a book, you can say that I'll speak for free if you buy 100 copies of the book.
Yeah.
So that moves you in the right direction. And then ultimately, where you end up is you actually get quite busy and you end up genuinely in a space where you just don't want to do it unless it's paid. So, especially one thing that's massively helped me is having 3 kids under 5. So with 3 children under 5, I really don't want to go and travel and speak unless I'm being paid.
Yeah.
So I'm a real hard ass that basically people say, can you come up and speak at this great event? And I go, okay, but it'll be this amount. And they go, oh, we can't do it. And I go, okay, that's fine. Because so you eventually get yourself busy enough that you're genuinely, you don't need, see, when you're starting out speaking, you just want to speak. You just want to speak at anything you can, right? So if they say, oh, we don't have a budget, you're like, that's okay, I want to do it anyway.
Totally. And then just really build it up over the years.
Yeah, so eventually you get to a point where you're like, I'm happy not to do it. But there's you want to step through those things. Of course, everyone would love to just have a nice clean cut, I'm a speaker, £5,000, thank you very much, type situation. Yeah. But it typically evolves.
Yeah.
Is that helpful?
Patience, that's what Danny is saying. So having loads of children.
Steps.
Right? And patience. And, take it one step
3 children, that's your audience.
Yes. Yeah. Very good. Well, there's more on the topic on, especially if you're speaking already, on how to get oversubscribed. Then you will elaborate on that in a bit. So we hope to see you at one of our club nights. They're always the second last Wednesday of the month, apart from December, right? Because then we just do nothing. So I don't want you to speak over Christmas unless you have to. Enjoy your time with your kids, with your family, with your pets. And I see you next year.
Nice.